do you want to quickly introduce yourself, say where you are, and maybe what you do?
Yeah, sure. My name is Simon Richards. I live in Stockholm, and I mainly work in production sound for film and TV.
Nice. And so Sweden is kind of a funny one, right? Because
Yeah.
in Europe at least, because like every country is like completely shut down, but Sweden, it's still like it's not like life is normal, or
No, it's not. It's not normal, definitely. But I mean, everything is pretty much open. You see, like you still have like restaurants closing down here and there. I've got quite a lot of friends that work in hotel and restaurant, and I mean they're having a tough time as anyone anywhere.
Oh, yeah, of course, because international travel is gone.
Yeah, and like people don't go out and don't go out eat generally.
Okay. But like film industry wise, is it still? I mean, like films are still being shot.
Shut down.
Shut down. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
At least as far as I've heard, there might be a few productions that are just trying to finish up, but at least there's no new productions starting.
Okay. Okay. So it's not. Yeah. So it's still more like essential workplaces that are still open, I guess.
Oh yeah. But I mean, there's other places open as well, and like most shops are open, like clothing shops, and that I guess you wouldn't find open anywhere else in Europe.
No, I don't think so. Like, how crazy is it? Like, you can't go to a clothing shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, like I was out jogging this morning, like really early, and there was still a few people out. And then I went into Old Town, and like I mean, it was pretty early on a Saturday, but still, I mean, there's a few people around, and even more so later in the day. So.
Okay. So is it in general? Do people kind of think? I don't know. What's the feel? I mean, are people like worried, or what's kind of like the feeling?
Yeah. I mean, sure, people are definitely worried, and I think it's a bit interesting actually, because it was just, I think it was 2 days ago. It was a very well-known radio and TV. I would say
host,
presenter, or who died from COVID. And it's been a lot about that, and there's been discussions as well whether he's going to become like the public figure of Corona, and that maybe people are going to take it a bit more seriously, because now it's not just elderly people dying from it; it's someone that everyone knows.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I guess I see. But so have you kind of like voluntarily been kind of like social distancing a little bit, or not so much?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I generally I go climbing at a climbing gym 3 times a week, but I've done that a lot less. And even when I do, I take the bike there, whereas normally I might take the tube. And even when you do take the tube, you see like there's very, very few people on it. So like and people are definitely, at least most people, are taking it at least relatively seriously.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well,
so
it's not too bad. I mean, I looked at the numbers, and it's like you have the same amount of deaths than Switzerland has, but I think like half the confirmed cases. So it's less. Still less cases than Switzerland, which, well, I guess Switzerland was hit quite hard, but we have since 5 weeks, right? We've got all these things in place. Staying in the house. Yeah, usually I ask people like, so what have you been doing staying in the house all this time? But I guess for you it doesn't really.
Yeah, no, it's I mean, as well, you don't get out as much.
Yeah.
So like early in the week I started doing a massive house cleaning, and just like doing that for like 3 days now. But yeah, like it doesn't stop me from going out running in the mornings or stuff like that.
Yeah, and
So at least that's very nice.
yeah, and work-wise, I mean, so obviously for you as a freelancer, there's less work. Do you just what you do during the day, like look for more work, or is there like a government stipend or something that you can ask for? If you're
well, it's a bit yes and no. It's a bit. I don't really know too much about it at the moment. At least I have another job that I just do on the side, a couple of days a week. So basically, I'm working in a park, and what would you say? Like, it's not like any daycare or like after school activity of sorts. It's more just open. Come to the park, and there's coffee, and we take out like bikes and other playthings.
Oh, wow, okay.
We just take care of like the general, but we don't really take care of the kids. Yeah, so I'm doing that. So that's what I was doing today.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that's still,
it's not affecting me too much at the moment.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. So you did that today. So that's still going on, like you working in the park and like facilitating people in a sense.
Yeah. So at the moment, at least, that's still like essential. We've shut down a few things. Like normally we have we start a barbecue a few times a week. We sell like sausages and stuff. And a few weeks back we changed so that because normally people just take it by themselves and sort out like the payment by themselves and stuff. And then we changed it so that they have to come to us and buy it to be a bit more sensitive towards any possible bacteria and stuff.
Yeah.
But then we realized that it doesn't really matter because everyone's standing like a couple of decimeters apart from each other around the barbecue. So it's like, well, fuck this doesn't work.
Okay.
So we just shut it down.
Yeah. And I don't know, man. It's quite interesting to see the difference. Just because how different countries react, how the population is also different. Although, Austria is opening up next week, I think, most of their things again.
Oh, really?
So Austria is going to be a bit more like Sweden, I guess. Switzerland as well.
Yeah.
They announced that they're going to open up things in a week.
Yeah.
Some things, not everything, but yeah, slowly, gradually.
Because like the worry I have with stuff like that, and having obviously no facts or research to back my thoughts up, but just being thoughts that they are, it's just I worry with the countries that have been completely shut down, like when they open up, everyone's gonna go nuts and just like, yeah, fuck, I'm gonna go out.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna have another outbreak. And yeah, sure, the hospitals might be more prepared for it, but still, that's the worry I feel when I see the general situation.
Yeah. So you think that it goes from 0 to 100 because everybody wants
possibly
to experience the things that they've been deprived on. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Whereas like you feel like Sweden might just have like a general people just because I've been reading what the Swedish government has been saying, and they're saying like what they were saying was that they said they have similar approaches than the rest of Europe, but they're not saying you're not allowed to do it. It's more like here are some reasons why it would be good not to do these things, like maybe.
Yeah.
And so it's educating people rather than forbidding things, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And you see a lot of like shops and stuff have like limited opening times. Yeah. But like the funny thing, there is actually like a positive side of this for me, because my girlfriend, she normally she's been working in Paris at Disneyland since like early November.
Okay.
And they obviously shut down temporarily. So obviously she's back in Stockholm.
Nice.
So she managed to get out just before France closed down, Sweden closed down. So now she's back in Stockholm, which is really nice because otherwise I wouldn't have seen her for a couple of months.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty good. You got the positives of the coronavirus.
Yeah. And I think it's important to like remember the positive things as well. And like,
yeah, I feel like obviously in terms of kind of climate change and stuff, a lot of things have happened, right? No more flights and less pollution and so on. So it's the question: will there be like a reverse thing once everybody can travel again and stuff? Will it be back to normal or even worse? You know, with the industries trying to make up and so on, or is there a new sensitivity to like, oh, we can do things abroad, like with video calls and stuff like that, rather than having people flying around? So
I'm really curious as well how it's gonna like affect a lot of workplaces, whereas like a lot of them have had to work from home, and it'll be interesting to see like how many workplaces realize that actually this was fine. We don't need everyone to sit in an office because we get the same amount of work done just from home.
Yeah, it'll be quite interesting to see if and how business implement the things they're learning. And obviously everybody now is a pro in doing video calls because everybody's doing it all the time.
Yeah.
Although maybe you not so much, I don't know, because I don't know, in my friend circle a lot of people have like we do like board game nights or like quiz nights and stuff just online. But I don't know if you I guess you can still do board game nights with your friends and stuff.
Well, we can, but like we a couple of friends and I, we play Dungeons and Dragons, like once a week or every 2 weeks, and then we've had a few times where a couple of people have felt, well, you know, a bit under the weather or just not sure if they should see people, and then it's like, okay, well, since you're not sure, then we'll just do it over a video call, and cool. It's not the same, but it still works.
Yeah, that's
so.
I guess that's the kind of sensibility that people are looking for. Like, if you feel like it's not good, then you just do it remotely. It works pretty well. It works pretty well. Like even like having drinks with friends over video call, it's quite similar. You know, you just drink and you talk. It's pretty good. Yeah, man, it's pretty good. Okay, it was really nice to talk to you.
Yeah, you too.
Get some insights. Yeah, get those insights. And let me know if you come to London. I'll go back there soon. So.
Yeah, definitely. I need to go back there at some point and just see everyone. It's been way too long.
Yeah.
So like whenever everything starts getting back to normal and stuff.
Sounds good. Cool, man. It was good speaking to you.
Yeah, you too.
Cheers. See you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Take care.